Hello YouTubers, I hope you enjoyed the show today. Today's new tenyiswordsoul deck profile for Burst Destiny, which has just been released this weekend. Yep, and regionals are back and everything. Yep, so I will explain the souls tennies. Yes, basically tennies special summon themselves if there's a non-event monster or no monsters on the field, basically. And they basically got effects in the grave, there's non-effect monsters in the grave. Funny enough, there's tennies also fighting in the in the in the progressive series. So we've got tennis, spirit, Andia. So basically, this one special summons itself as all the tennies. This one, if it's in your hand or graveyard, you can get back a vanished card basically, and get back a vanished card, art, and add it back to your hand, which is pretty handy for some situations. You're going to use it as because it's a tuner, and you're going to need it for some synchron, because there's quite a lot of synchron in this deck. So obviously there is, so you can see. I'll explain as we go along with these. Then we got the Tenny Spirit Anka. Basically, this one special summons one Tenny from the deck, but then you can't special summon anything else apart from Worm. So just keep that in mind. Worm is the flavor when you're doing this card, so that is a bit of a thing to consider with this card. So just keep that in mind with this card. The rest of the effect is pretty good. It's good. Level 7 summons another one from deck, which is cool, which is handy for the right situation, which is cool, which is nice. Yeah. Then we got Tenny Spirit Prosciutto. Basically, this one bounces a monster, bounces a card back to your hand, which is quite handy for the opponent's monster, which is good. Good. It's good going second with this card, which is handy too. You want it in the grave as quick as you can. You should do it with these ones, and you play two, and you play this one at one because you don't need it too much, which is cool, which is nice, which is handy. It's very powerful. It's also good defense, so it's quite handy. Yep. One Mare, yep, because you can special summon it off Evil Yensen, and this card's pretty good. You can make loads of synchros with this, which is cool, which is handy because this is a tuner. Sort of quite handy in a lot of ways. It's quite cool, this card, in a lot of ways, which is good. Yep. 3 Ash, yep. Stop negations, stop something from deck, to stop graveyard, send to grave, all sorts of things, normal things, pretty much, not too much change for this deck, which is cool, which is nice. 3 drawing a lot of birds, because to stop there'll be a pair for them to stop searching and drawing, which is cool, which is nice, and you need it for write this out, because you need it for certain decks, which is cool, which is handy for this card, which is good. Yep. Really handy for stopping things. We got Amber Far, the impossible Amber Far of the Valor. When your opponent has more monsters than you can special summon this card from your hand. You can trigger it. Quick effect. You can trigger this card. To summon one soul or one Battle of the Fallen from your hand or deck. You can only use this and if you use this card's fuse until you can add it back to your hand. That effect you won't use, you just use the summon for the deck. So this is literally just a special summon, and then also you can the thing is, you gotta be careful with this card is it's with this time you can't special summon with a worm, so you just end up normal summon, which is fine. So you just gotta keep that in mind. So if you are gonna special summon this, you can't use this one. Okay, so that's how to keep in mind. But this card's good. This is a tuner, it's a spellcaster. It's pretty much what you this card need, which is good, which is cool. Next is the soul, which is soul star get long John. So all the soul are Chinese, so they're supposed to be based on the Chinese prophecies. So discard one soul from your hand or one other worm from your, and special summon this card from your hand. You can special summon one soul token. They all come out as tuner water ones, okay? And then they're unaffected ones. You can only special summon anything else apart from synchros for the rest of the turn. Okay? You can, and then once the card's been synchro summoned, you can burn for 12. Okay? So basically all the soul do, basically, this one special summons a token straight away when it comes onto the field, and all the tokens or tuners. Okay. So this level 6. This base makes you level 10 cards. Okay. This makes you level 10, which is cool, which is unique to say the least, which is good. Yep. And really easy to summon and really powerful to do. Yep. Next is Soul of Mobile Land. Basically, when it's card be normal summon special summon, you can reveal one Soul, 1 monster from your hand, special summon 1 token. Yep. So this one's special. You reveal the one and yep. Blah blah blah. You draw 1 card basically. So you special summon by revealing one in your hand, which you always gonna have a Soul card or a worm in your hand because your most of your deck is worm based, which is cool, which is nice. So this is your level 4 you want to see quite often because you always get the setup with this card, which is quite good and quite handy, say at least, which is good and very powerful, very handy what this card wants to do, which is good. Yep. Next is Soul of Banas. You can vanish 1 Soul from Soul card or worm monster from the graveyard. Basically, this is the one you don't want to see very often when you're going first, or you need set up for this one to go. But this one's still good. I'll say this one's the worst because you need set up, but this one's still good. Still same effect. And when this card's been sent as a single material, you send 1 Soul or worm card from your deck to the graveyard. Basically, yep. It's your builder. It's one so, which is cool. It's very handy. It's very easy what the Soul do. You also can see it's 1 card synchro deck basically. It's a 1 card synchro deck. Next is Soul entry. You can search 1 Soul from your deck to your hand. If you control a synchro, you can search any worm from instead. Target 1 Soul or 1 worm monster. You can change the level when it's cast advanced. So when it's cast advanced, you can change the level. So you can have like level 9s, level 7, level basically makes some weird levels. So which is quite cool. That's why we got 7s and 12s and sort of stuff like that. Make certain ones, which is cool, quite handy. This card's very good. It's your rotor for your deck, which is good, which is cool. You always play it going first when you need it to. It's excellent. This rotor. It's one of the best rotors of the deck. Yep. Next is Soul, the Sacred Mount Saint. You can target 1 Soul monster in your graveyard, special summon, or if you got a synchro monster, special summon 1 worm monster from your graveyard instead. Target 1 monster, 1 Soul, 1 worm monster to decrease the level by 1. To decrease the level by 1. Okay, so this one you can lower it to lower it. This one's your monster reborn, which is cool, which is handy for your deck, which is good. It's your nice set, which is cool, which is handy for the deck, which is good. 2, 3 Heavenly Dragon recycle. Basically, you can trigger 1 worm to search 1 worm card. If you've got none effect monster, you can special summon instead. Okay, but you can't special summon anything else apart from worm. None effect monster for this card. Target 1 tiny monster from your deck to your hand. So this is literally just another rotor, which is cool, which is nice. It's a quick play also. So in the right situation, this card's pretty good, pretty handy, what you want to do, which is nice, which is cool. Very good in the right situation. It's just another nice rotor. Yep. Next is Lanius of the Dragon Recycle. This sends a worm to your dead to the grave, and if you control another event monster, you can search 1 tenny. You can add 1 tenny and send 1 worm from your dead to the grave, which is very handy. See? Basically a foolish barrier for all your worm cards, which is really good, which you need because you need to send the tennies to the grave and you need to do your setup. Yep. And you can send the soul if you need to do a little setup and stuff like that, which is cool, which is really handy for this deck, which is really cool and powerful to say at least. Yep. Next is Charity. In this deck you can pick 3 or 6. It's really up to you. Depending on your hand, I think it's your decision. So most of the time we'll pick 3 because there's some cards we won't make, but sometimes we'll do 6. So we'll 6. So it really depends on the situation. Yeah. Next is, hey, chewing gum. Next is infinite permanence. Hey, have you ever also? Next is infinite permanence. Yep. Just a normal hand traps and stuff. Nothing too much has changed with you play this card because it's still good. Good. You don't need too many combos. You don't need too many cards to combo. Everything's one card combo in this deck, which is good. Which is quite handy. And you're just having this card just for going second and start stepping up, or when you go in second you get to you draw it and you have to basically negate something, which is good, which is cool. Which is cool. And next is the final card of Soul in the main deck. It's Soul Breakout. Basically, this is like this is pretty much your back row, your removal for your back row. So this is your Icarus attack. Basically, this is your Icarus attack for worms. You target one worm monster you control, and target 2 cards you can pop. Okay. You can special summon. If this card's be found, you can special 1 Soul token. The same restrictions still apply. Yep. Which is cool. We got got Monk Tank, no effects on Monk Tank because it's just a normal non-effect monster basically. So a non-effect monster basically is stuff that has no effects. So like this is one you target. So because the tennies need non-effect, it just says none linked to tennies. And we got Monk. We got Anna of the. Got mana of the tenny. Basically, this is like a monster reborn for any worm card. You discard 1 card and you special summon 1 worm from the grave. You also have a second effect, but you're never gonna use that effect. You're gonna mainly keep this on the field, just because you got no other links. Okay. Next is Phantom of the Yensen. Basically, if you make it with a certain synchro, you can avoid a beer with this. So that hasn't come up yet, but it will do. So this is just in case you overextend. So which is cool. So level 9, quite easy to make. I know it seems a little bit strange, but you can make it with this deck. So you make it with this and Baxia basically, yeah, which is cool. And basically you can't do things like a beer against this deck because that's a light, and then we just make it with a light basically. Yeah, which is cool, which is really good, and you can get an out which is really handy. Yeah, one Baxia of the Yensin. Basically, this is like your removal. Basically, it spins cards back to opponent's deck, which is really handy. It pops 1 of your cards and then gets a monster reborn, which is really good and really powerful, to say at least. Yep. And it's literally just a nice removal, does not target, so that's really good. Yep. Next is Kraka, the Croc Dragon Bananas. Basically, this is basically another chance for removal. You make level 9s and stuff, which is cool. You will make this occasionally, so just as a nice removal, and it gives you an extra draw, which is good, which is cool. It's quick fit, which is really nice. Now we got the new Soul Supreme Ambius Quainson. So one and non-tuner basically to make this card so generic. Level 10. When this card has vanished cards field, the opponent loses 100 for every card that's been vanished. You gain 100, the opponent loses 100. So basically, you can vanish one card from the. When a card's effect's been activated, you can vanish one card in your graveyard, in a set damage and vanish one card on the field or your opponent's grave. So this is basically your giant. You can basically vanish the card, but you need to chain it with something. So the idea of this is, let's say you chain with this soul, for example, you negate effect. You can vanish another card, so they can't do anything on your turn. Going second against you. So it's pretty handy. You'll make this quite often. We don't need negation. You just need a pop, a banish, which is good, which is cool. Next is Soul Grandmaster Chain High. So basically, this is when this card's been synchro summoned, you could add one or vanish one soul from your quick effect when you get vanish it or add to your hand. And target one soul, target one effect monster, and negate the effect. So this one's your negation. So if you're going first, you can just, going second, you can just negate the effect if you're neutral, which is very handy for going second. It's quite big. It's usually the first card we'll make quite often. Yep, which is cool. It's always just what you need for this deck, which is good, which is cool. Next is Mathemax Final Decision. You do make this, but most of the time you'll be throwing this away. So you won't make this very often, but if you do, it's an OTK basically. This card, a set against Mathemax. Yep. Benes of Le Fleur, basically your negation for this deck. Yep, you're level 10, you always will make going first. Yep, and going second because you can just pop a card, which is cool, which is handy to say at least, which is good. Yep. One Leo, just because the level 10, and some people find hard to get over Leo, they would do. So she's cool, she's good because it can't be targeted except main phase 2, which is good. Yep. One Draco, Breaker of the Tenny, just because it's in level 8, it's your synchro, which is good. And you can just vanish another card if it does effect with it, which is good, which is cool. Really handy for this card. One Star Charge One. This one's just to be thrown away, just with the willpower 30, which is cool, which is handy for this deck, which is good. Yep. One Muddy Rose Dragon. Basically, this is your gets all real opponents graveyard, which is cool. You're never gonna make them a Black Rose because you don't make Black Rose deck, which is cool. Oh, but it's just there just in case. Yep, which is good. One. Alright, well, this is for you going second. Basically, when this card's been secret summoned, you can special summon, you can destroy all attacking monsters. Basically, this one can attack twice. So, whoa. Yep, and then this one can come back also as a tuner. So, if you need to, you can set up again, which is really handy. Cool. You can just pop the opponent's board and you can just go for OTK, which is good. Yep. One, and the last one, then Saying of the Evil of the Unsend. This is just a card you can pop and start doing more standard, which is cool, which is good. Going second, yes, you will need to make level 7s times time. But not very often with this deck, yep, which is cool. There it is. Yep, it's pretty good, this card, when you want to go off, and you can summon your man and start doing combos that way, which is cool, which is good. Very powerful, you can't be targeted, which is good, which is a good thing, yep. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the new Soul deck profile for April the November the 8th, 2021. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Yep. And Skyrock. Yep. All those. Yep. Regionals are back now. I didn't get a chance to go this weekend. We didn't do very well at the football, so in the Bobby League and the Dons also. So hopefully I'll be able to go to some regionals soon. So we've got a little while for the football again, so we're fine. I have my back team. I'm getting my booster at the near the end of the month. Yep, and we need to book my flu jab. Yep, and we got things done for the concert. So yes, I got a concert next month. We're going to see a band called the British Lions. Yes, the British Lions, which is pretty cool. They're a rock band. They are classic rock, as I will call them. Yep, there's some good songs they got. So I hope you enjoyed what I'm about to show today. Subscribe and watch all, and see you all next time. Peace, everyone. Good luck doing everyone. Special rituals coming up. Special rituals now. Okay. Enjoy what I'm about to show today. Subscribe and watch all, and see you all next time. Peace. Good luck doing everyone.